What's up, Asian Not Asian listeners, aka Anos? Just making a quick announcement that our live stand-up comedy show, Hack City, will be making a grand return on June 25th, 10 p.m. at Union Hall in Brooklyn. You have to be vaccinated to attend the show, so please make sure you're double vaxxed or you got the J&J. And click on the link in the episode description for tickets, or go to asiannotasianpod.com and click on See Us Live for tickets. That's June 25th, 10 p.m. at Union Hall in Brooklyn. Hope to see you there.
How do you guys think you would do on this show?
If the hand job was good, I would come immediately.
Yeah. But it's just the camera angle is so funny because they don't even show the girl. They just show the face.
That's so funny.
And welcome back to another episode of Asian Not Asian Podcast, a podcast where two Asian guys not from Asia talk about American issues no American cares about. I'm your host, Fumi, and today Mike Nguyen, not Nguyen, oh God, please don't, Mike is gonna murder me. Mike Nguyen is once again gone. He is in LA. I think he's no longer with his wife, but he is continuing his solo journey in LA because he has to help his mom clean his house or something. I don't really understand. Must be a Vietnamese thing. I don't really get it. He's in LA for another week. Actually, I think he did a show with Dumbfounded. So if you're in LA, maybe you caught him there. So if you're a new listener from that, welcome. So in lieu of the great Mike Nguyen, obviously no one person can replace him. So I got two people today. They are my favorite guests on the Asian Not Asian podcast. They've been on this like 17 billion times. They host a hilarious podcast called Emotional Slut. I don't even know if it's still happening because the last time they posted an episode was in April. So we'll ask them about that as well. But please give it up for SJ Sun and Woody Fu.
How dare you? Our last podcast episode was like 1 month ago or 2 months ago.
April 28th.
Which is what he said.
I immediately thought you meant April 2020.
No, April 28th. April 28th.
No, you called Fumi out for accurately doing his due diligence.
Yes,
No.
correct.
Don't project your insecurities on me, dog.
Oh my gosh, I am.
Wait.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
Mike? Wait, you said he's no longer his wife? Did they separate?
No. He like he's been gone for like 2 weeks, which is pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
He
was like his wife was with him on the first leg.
first
of the
week
trip.
they were on vacation.
Got
The
it.
second week, now he's in LA
Oh.
taking care of family business or something like that.
Got it.
So he's
Oh,
still
right.
gone.
Bless
Bless.
Mike.
Bless Mike. But
Bless
so
down.
good to see you guys. I mean, I feel like the podcast is the only way I can get us in a room together. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for coming. We were just talking about how
Or you can lure us in with like if you put like delicious udon underneath a box held up with a stick, and like ooh, and then like
Wait, but that is literally
yank
what we
the
did
stick.
last time.
That's what we
We
did.
went to that
Yes.
outdoor little space for udon noodles, and
Yes.
it was held up by a stick.
in West Village is
It was
so good.
so cold.
Do you guys
good.
remember when that thing happened when we all try to pay with our credit cards?
Oh my god.
This
That
is SJ's favorite
Have we
memory.
talked about this already?
I
Like,
don't even
it's my
remember.
favorite like cinematic moment between us three.
Yes,
It happens all
I
the
want
time.
that to be in somebody's script because it was
Yeah.
all three of us have a Chase Sapphire preferred
Yes.
card. Thank
That's
you.
good.
Okay,
That's
wait,
good.
don't brag because reserve is better.
I know,
Oh,
but you gotta pay like $200. It's absurd a year.
absurd, yeah.
So anyway, we had like our three, and like the Chase Sapphire Preferred is like a substantive card. It's like made of
It's
titanium.
heavy.
So
Makes
when
a
you
lot of
put it
sound.
down,
Is
it's
it
like,
titanium? Jeez, yeah.
and so it's three of us with our like natural God-given Asian names,
Yep,
full
yep,
names:
yep.
Masafumi Abe,
Yeah.
Sujong Sun, and Meng Sing Fu.
It just none of us had the names that we go by.
Yeah.
It was all on the fucking bill.
Yeah, it just feels like really authentic. Like our authentic selves are in this credit
That
card.
was
It's
such
beautiful.
an Asian American experience, dog.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh my
I just
God.
love it. Oh gosh, I think I took a picture last time. Also.
Oh really? You
yeah.
took a picture of a credit card?
Yeah, I took a picture, but you know what? The
been
number
shopping
is
on
only
it.
on the back, so
Oh,
it's
that's
okay.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
this very reason.
But yeah, I mean, we're in that way. We're like brothers. That was the Asian equivalent of like spitting on your hand and doing a
Yeah,
handshake.
Spit
Ew.
Brothers. Spit
yeah,
Brothers.
Yeah, Spit Brothers, man. Before we get into it, which I'm so excited to do, we do need to do a Patreon shout out. These are people who have donated to our Patreon. And if you're a new listener and you don't know what we're talking about, Patreon is this website where you can donate to our podcast on a monthly basis. You can give anywhere from $5 to $50, or you can do a custom amount. And you're like, why would the fuck want to give you guys money? You guys are idiots. Here's the thing. We're not on a network. We're completely independent. And the more money you give us, the more time we can devote to this because it'll become like our full-time jobs, kind of. And we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. We have enough money to pay for maybe one of our rents. But again, there's two of us, so we need more money, guys. And in return, you get like bonus episodes. We slide into your DMs. We give you a shout out on this podcast and try to guess your ethnicity based on your last names.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's like we do. It
You
for 10
hit on
bucks.
What do you
listeners?
do? Do you say like you up? Like
No,
what do
I
you-
just usually say like hi, and I look at your Instagram and I say something funny about it.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
it's great, it's
I would
great.
want only that.
Okay.
Okay.
You got it, SJ.
Well,
You got it.
if you want, if you'd
I
like
guess-
that, please join Patreon.
Oh.
Join us at patreon.com.
Actually, Woody has
AsianAsianPod.
given you guys money through.
I've
Patreon,
given you
right?
Oh, that's
I think
right.
one time I paid
One
you money.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
One
so
time, and then
interesting.
the funny thing is that Patreon specifically is like recurring payments. So I'd paid you once, and I'd like wait a month, and then like cancel.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think we get a lot of cancellations at the beginning of the month because
Wait,
I think
really?
it's just another pain point. Every time you're reminded that you
Pain
do
point.
something,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a marketing term. What's
Yeah.
it?
Wow. Pain point is a market. I thought it was a therapist term.
No, pain-
also
Paying point.
Oh, paying. I thought it said pain point.
Pain.
It's
pain.
both.
Like,
What's the
ouch,
difference, man?
ouch.
Paying and paying.
Yeah. Guys, we gotta get these names. Okay, the 3 new subscribers for this week.
Mm.
Who? Okay, so what is this person's ethnicity or
Mhm.
family heritage? Victoria Soriano. Soriano.
Filipino?
She's
Filipino?
I think she's
Filipina.
Filipina.
Filipino?
Filipina.
Filipinx?
Oh, is that a thing now?
Philippines.
I think I've read that
Some
somewhere.
people say Filipinx, but
Ooh,
I feel like if I know their gender, I will go with the or the o. You know?
interesting.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
know what this person goes
Yeah.
by.
Like I guess you can't assume from a name because they might not be. But I mean, whatever.
Right. Let us know if you got that right, and sorry if you're offended. Next we got
Welcome to the club.
Sorry, and I'm gonna go now.
next we got Yannick Det
Wait, were we right?
Chow.
Were we right?
I don't know.
Oh,
There's no way of knowing.
It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter. You can
I'm
tell
sorry.
us.
We're just
Victoria.
throwing racist jabs into the
Yeah,
dark.
This is
Yeah.
a very racist
Yeah.
game.
Okay.
Okay, we got Yannick Det Chow, spelled DETCHOU.
CHOU. Chow is Chinese.
But it's
But-
dead chow.
But Det Chow.
But also CHOU. I've never seen a Chinese
that
guy
might be
spell it.
Viet. Is like because det
no,
maybe.
like what about
Go
I
on.
feel like this is
Finish the
short
sentence.
for
Finish the
something.
sentence.
like a small country in Asia that's very small and it's in Southeast Asia
Okay.
and it's so small.
Like Micronesia.
It's Micronesia. That's what I'm getting to. It's Micronesia. She's Micronesian. Also, is it a real
Woo.
country?
I think
I
it's
think
a
it
made up.
is.
I don't
Nah.
know. Who knows?
No, it is.
There's
They
a
say it
country
in
called
Zoolander.
Micronesia.
Yeah, they say it in Zoolander. He goes, "Oh, this guy's in
Yeah, but Zoolander is a character who's famously stupid.
It's,
and
a, it's a
wrong.
region.
It's a
region.
region.
Oh
Mi-
wait, but Federated
Federated
States
States-
of Micronesia
Whoa.
is a
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
country in Australia.
I remember
Okay.
being surprised
Okay.
it wasn't just a joke.
All right, final answer: Micronesia.
Micronesia.
Gotcha. And lastly, we have this is such a good name, Ami Chan.
CHAN.
Yeah, that's Chinese, but Ami is actually a Japanese name.
Yeah.
AMI?
So
Yeah.
AMI. So I think maybe this
Mixed.
person married a Chinese dude,
Yeah.
or perhaps half. Maybe her
Hmm.
father.
Oh,
is
father
Chinese.
is Japanese.
But let me ask you this, because you're Chinese: do you think this is mainland Chinese or this is Taiwan?
Chan. That's a good question. I think Chan
Ooh.
is mainland.
Chen.
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 Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's mainland.
Could be Taiwanese.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
that's not what he's saying. So.
Oh, wait, what?
I would guess
I don't
mainland.
remember
I
how
would
to
guess
listen
mainland.
to
Because Chen
people.
is like the most, like in terms of like top 3, it's always like one of the most common like Asian
Yeah,
Chinese
yeah.
last names.
You know, this
Yeah.
person could also be wait, what did we end up on?
We said Taiwanese. We said Taiwanese.
Oh, but they could be Australian Taiwanese.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that's ethnic, not racial.
Ooh.
Okay,
That's
all
true,
right.
but you know what? That's
because
a
there's
thing.
a huge Asian
Yes,
population in
yes,
Australia that I
yes.
did not know about.
Mhm.
I mean, this person could be, Asian American as well. We don't even
Asian
know. We don't
American.
even know.
Asian Australian.
Most likely Asian American. This person probably lives in like Pennsylvania. Or
Do you
something
have
like that.
listeners in Australia?
Yeah.
Hell
Ooh.
yeah.
That's
Hell
the whole
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
love us.
gosh.
They love us. But anyways,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
we hope you got that right, Ami Chen. Please let us know. And if you want to get in on this, go to patreon.com/Asian-AsianPod and give us your money.
Go
Kring,
Fatsai!
kring,
What does that
gochujang.
mean? Oh, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what you say when you get like the red envelope that has money in it.
I know that because Ronnie Cheng says that in his special.
Ah.
Yes. I wrote down here. The credit card incident. We were talking about it. Listen, I want to start here. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I missed you guys. I just got back from DC. I was at my sister's wedding. My little sister got married.
Your
to a-
little sister.
Yeah, she's only a year and a half younger than me. She got
Mm.
married to a Jewish Brazilian guy.
Mm.
And I was at their wedding, and first of all, I haven't seen my family in like 2 years because of Corona. Plus, I only see them once a year usually.
Yeah.
And then I saw my dad in like a parking lot, and we said hi. And the first thing he does is he gives me his fucking business card. He
Oh
gave
my
me his
God.
business card.
What?
I don't know why.
What?
He was like, check this out, and then he was like, do you have one? And I'm like, no, I'm a comedian. I don't have.
You should make one. That's so funny to have a
Yeah.
stand-up business card.
And then he was like, why don't you should have one? Why don't you have one? And I was like, I don't.
Did he
okay.
want to show you his title? Like, look, I'm an executive.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's
Vice
trying
president?
to flex on his own son. I don't.
or was it just like
Maybe.
literally like, isn't this pretty cool? It's pretty cool, right?
I
Like
think
the
he did think it was cool. I think
Mhm.
this was his way of being like funny. But like I didn't think there was anything funny about
So funny.
giving me a fucking business card when I haven't seen
You
in
could
2
be that
years.
stand-up who like literally does everything that his like immigrant parent says, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
make an actual business card that's like Masa Fumi Abe, stand-up
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
Mhm.
has,
Chase
like, credit
Sapphire.
card. Yeah,
Chase
Chase
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
And then your signature on the back.
Okay, so when I got there, like, okay, it was just an interesting thing because their family is Brazilian, and then like his siblings are married to like Italian people and stuff, and so
Oh.
none of the people. So the wedding was just my family and his family.
Mhm.
Nobody's first language is English,
Mm.
right?
Oh.
And so it was so interesting being at this wedding, and they were reading their vows to each other, and I saw my mom crying,
Aw.
and afterwards I was like, "Do you even know what she said?" And she was like, "I got the vibe." But then I just and then for them too, it's like I don't even know. Like obviously the guy speaks English because he works in America. His parents, obviously their English is much better than my parents, but like I don't know how much of it they understood either, you know. And it was just like this. It was interesting. Like obviously the two people getting married knew what they're talking about, but nobody else kind of did.
Right.
And it was this. I had this realization that I think a lot of times, like a lot of diaspora people, we have this issue with like communication barriers with our parents.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a complex of ours. Like for example, I was telling I don't think I'm allowed to say this, but I'm gonna do stand up on a TV show next week, and I can't say which one.
My God.
But I told my parents, and they're like, "Oh, that sounds cool. Like what channel?" And I was like, I said CBS, and they go, "Doesn't ring a bell." So I realized like. You know,
Like a major network.
Yeah, the oldest broadcasting network.
I realized, like, I laugh because I realized that we spend so much time, like, why can't you see things my way? Or, like, you know, I remember growing up, I was just like, why can't you understand? But now I'm older, I'm like, this is just the way it is. It's just like two international families, and their kids are speaking a different language. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about in the vows, and we're all just clapping.
Right.
And I'm just, now that I'm older, I'm like, is this okay? It's just a vibe. You get the vibe. You don't. You know, like I'm not so
from
concerned
your
about my
parents'
language
perspective,
barrier.
they're literally just like, oh, everyone is happy. They're kissing each other. Like this is family. It's a big family moment, and that is where they get like the feelings from.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
the specific words of like "I love you so much" or whatever. It's like they've been to weddings. They get what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a lot of it's just like they're getting like the pictures of a wedding.
Right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a thought you guys have ever had in terms of like, you know, if you guys ever get married to somebody who is not Chinese or Korean?
Oh yeah.
You know, not only language barrier, culture barriers. Like I think a lot of young people stress about that. But when I saw it in execution, I was like, there's not that much to worry about.
I'm
you know?
weirdly controlling because my partner's white with like introducing her to my parents. Like she's only like hung out with my parents like a handful of times.
Okay.
And I think because I was always like, I need to control every moment of this because I know it's
Right.
going to be socially awkward.
For her.
Yes. And then I need to be, it's awkward for me to talk to my parents. You know what I mean? Because of
Dude,
culture,
I feel that.
generational language gap.
I feel
I'm
that
literally
so
their
hard.
son. You know what I mean? And so like, I know there's times where like my mom, like she can make small talk for like a little bit, you know, but like she's not like my partner. Like when I like hang out with her mom, this like white mom from New Jersey, it's just like chatty. And I feel like, oh yeah, I fully am able to like sustain like a day-long conversation if I stay here or whatever. If my girlfriend comes over, like I'm very much like, okay, I'll be here to mediate every experience.
Yes.
You know, like so that I make sure, because I'll translate or like make sure you're getting like all the nuances of what I know my mom means or what I know my girlfriend means, you know, like,
Yeah.
and that's something that I was very conscious of and only recently have kind of like let go of.
What led you to let go, and do you feel okay about it?
I do feel okay about it. Well, basically like recently, like my dad's health kind of started to decline. So I had to go back to my parents' place more often to just like help out and like be a physical presence. And so a lot of it was like I was gone from Brooklyn like a couple days during the week, and then she was like, "Oh, I'll come up with you like to support also." And at first I was like, "No, I have to maintain the stupid control thing about like social awkwardness." But I was like, "No, this is like for moments of like crisis like this, it's like exactly what you do want. You want like the people there so that they can come together in these moments." And that ultimately I think was better. Like I had to let go of that kind of thing a little bit. But that was like an unconscious thing that I'd been doing for a long time.
Yeah. Are you like, do you think that's like a personality type A kind of thing that you wanted to like control everything?
Oh, for sure. It's a control thing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about that, SJ?
Vibes. I was just
She was your mom watching us just getting vibes.
Getting married.
I just feel the vibes coming from you. I had no idea what
She's
you were
crying
saying.
for no reason.
That was a totally different language for me. Vibe economy. Actually, your girlfriend Woody said, "Oh, we live in the vibe economy." Do you guys talk about that?
No, I've never heard.
But like, you know
the
how vibes is like
economy.
a thing now.
Sure.
It's like energy and like.
Fuck is a vibe economy?
Yeah, what does that mean?
You pay each other in vibes. I don't
Chill
know.
vibes?
No, she was just like, I don't know.
Hey, great
like-
set tonight. I can't pay you,
Yeah.
but I can pay you in vibes.
Yeah, like here it is, and like touch my hand.
Just like a piece of paper. It's just
Yeah, it's just vibes.
chill vibes.
I'm actually out of vibes. Here's an IOU for future vibes.
You gotta re-up your vibes, you know?
Hey, squad.
You have to like maybe it's like filling up your well. You have to like
Wow.
watch a movie or like cry or something and you fill up your vibes. But yeah, the vibe thing. Controlling. Ooh,
Well, no, because you had a non-Korean partner before, and I don't know
Yeah.
how you felt about like
now I have a new
introducing- have a new man?
white Gentile man
Ooh.
who thank you.
Give it up for white people, everybody. Okay.
And he's amazing and he's so cool. Oh my god. I don't
Hear
even
that, Asian men who are listening?
Yeah, I just want you to know that like white people are amazing. No, but you know my new thing is like not worrying so much about skin color and worrying about vibes.
Well, yeah, I
Right.
mean, you went through like a 2-year phase of worrying
Yes.
about skin
Okay,
color,
2.5.
and I think that was necessary because I think
It
you
was
needed.
necessary.
Yeah, it was
you
the Eat, Pray, Love. You had to do it.
Yeah, you had to do it.
I don't think it was necessarily healthy, but anyway, so this guy, if he meets my parents, I feel, which they haven't yet. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really gotten to that step yet. I'm not sure. Like, I guess with my ex,
I mean, your parents speak English though, right?
yeah, they speak English, but it's not like they can't like understand everything
Mhm.
that they
Mhm.
say to each other. But
I mean, do you remember like mediating every conversation, or did you just kind of let your boyfriend wander around your Korean
Right.
household in Queens?
I don't know. I guess that's part of the deal of dating someone who is not white or
Mhm.
like is just that you're going to be like walking around the apartment, walking around the house. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know what's going on right now. But,
Mhm.
and then also like people, like our parents, my mom will speak in Korean to white people just because by accident,
Yeah.
Oh, my parents do that too.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think it's
don't
accident. I
know.
think they're just. My mom was doing that the whole wedding, and they speak Portuguese, and
Oh,
she
yeah.
was just speaking
I- like,
Japanese to
I-
them. Like,
That's really sweet.
not even really expecting anyone to translate. Just like
Yeah.
because she's like
Yeah.
she's like I think what I got from it was the vibe I got from it.
Yeah.
If you will, was that
Mm-hmm.
it was very much like I am 58. I cannot learn another language. This is all I know. So
Yeah.
fucking figure it out because I'm smiling and I'm
Mhm.
saying you're so handsome. So you
So,
can probably
wait, so
get
your
the
mom
vibe.
was speaking in Japanese to people who are like Brazilian.
Well, just like not if they said something to her, she would reply in English, but like reactionary things,
Uh-huh.
Mm.
like "Oh, you're so handsome," or like "Oh,
Mhm.
watch out." That would all be in Japanese. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
And that's all
Oh,
just
watch
vibes.
out.
It's a
Don't
vibe.
trip.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah,
rock
yeah.
there.
He's got a gun in Japanese.
It's all Japanese.
Oh, gosh.
That's funny because I feel like my parents were very conscientious about like my dad speaks with a Chinese accent when he
Mhm.
speaks English, and my mom was very conscious about losing that accent because she didn't want to be seen as fobby, so she's like very like eloquent and specific about how she talks.
Mm.
But also I noticed that they code switch all the time, right?
Mm.
Like they can when I'm there, they'll talk to me in like Chinese English. If my girlfriend is there, they'll switch to English very like consciously, unless they're like working through a complicated thought
Mhm.
or whatever, and then I'm kind of like explaining it to her what they mean. But this thing happened one time where like my dad was in a car and he like backed up into another dude's car, and the other dude came out as this big white guy, and he was like, "What the hell, man?" And my dad pretended like he couldn't speak English.
Oh my gosh.
And the
that
guy was like,
works.
"All right, you know what? Just forget about it. It's fine." And then my dad's like,
That's amazing.
he like totally like got over on the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I feel like I did that once in high school to like get out of trouble or something, but like
You
it
pretended you
didn't
didn't
work
speak.
because like the other teachers were like, no, that guy totally
Yeah.
speaks English. He's
Yeah,
in my
yeah, yeah.
class.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
gosh.
Also, you
Yeah.
have like this. You have like American swag, like literally like how you stand and how you dress, like already broadcast.
That's right. Your dad already looks like he could not
Yes.
speak English.
Right,
that's
right,
true.
right.
That's true. I want to talk about this. SJ, we were shitting on you earlier because you ignore a text.
Yeah.
And I actually, listeners, I know a
I'm
lot of you
so
guys are
sure.
SJ fans.
God.
You don't know what I had to do to get her. to
Yeah,
this
we're
room.
actually gonna give SJ's phone number live on the podcast
Yeah.
right now.
SJ is hot shit now, and she won't reply to your text.
No!
That's the thing. But anyways,
I don't know how to manage my time. I get so stressed out. This is what I talk about with my therapist too.
well, so tell us why you're hot shit now. You started. Are you allowed to talk about this? Or
Well,
not really?
I guess I can't say what the show is, but
Okay.
I just like my first writer's room job as like a staff writer on a new Netflix
Yeah.
show.
Heard
It's
of
very
it?
Cool. Heard of it? You haven't.
But it's special because
So what's special about it is that it's a whole Asian American writer's room.
Yes.
And it's like super duper. Every day I'm like, I don't get this.
Mm.
so like
it's
just
amazing.
what is that like? I mean, I know it's your first room and all, but like, and I don't know how many rooms you have to compare to other experiences, but like, just initial impressions other than the work. Like, do you feel more confident, or I don't know, like, what's that been like? Do you feel like super
Yeah.
lucky to be in the situation?
Do you feel like Bradley Cooper in Limitless?
Yes, I feel like I'm using Well, 100% of my Asian brain, and I have no shame. Well, here's the thing: I don't have Asian shame. I don't.
Mhm.
I don't
In the
feel
room,
it.
in the
Yeah,
room.
in the room, because like, I mean, there's still like issues about gender. I feel like that come up. You know, that's
Sure.
I
like
mean, when you get
whatever.
straight Asian guys in there, come on, we're problematic. You know how it
But
is.
it's
Fumi looked significantly at me when he said that. He's like, "What? He gets it."
yeah, no, it's very cool. Like I guess yeah, everyone's a different Asian and like from different parts of the country and like the world too. And
Ooh, what kind of Asians? We like to play that game on the show.
Australian Asian.
Australian Asians?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like he's like a heroin Asian. He's like a hip hop Asian.
Oh no,
Right,
no,
right,
no,
right.
no. I won't go too much into detail about it, but I think it's just really cool to see like all Asian faces like every day, and you're like,
Do you feel like I've never been in this situation, but I do know like socially, if I'm around Asian people, I feel myself to be. I'm more talkative at parties and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
If I'm around, okay, if you compare me to put me in a party where I don't know anybody and it's all white people,
Yeah.
versus put me in a party where it's all Asian people, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm probably gonna talk more.
right?
Yes, of
There's
course.
no,
because
like,
I don't feel
barriers.
weird about doing anything
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
I
There's
don't-
no othering happening. And even if that, I mean, I don't mean that if you're in the white party, like everyone's being racist against you. It's more like you're the only whatever thing,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
that affects
yeah.
your behavior in some small way.
Yeah.
Right.
I like think about. I talk about this all the time, like being in an eating situation, like at a restaurant with all Asian people versus like being with white people at a
Like
restaurant.
food shame, we're like being disgusting.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
me and Woody went to this dinner place yesterday, a couple days ago, and it was
Thanks for the
like,
invite. Okay.
oh what?
Thanks for the invite.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay, I haven't seen Woody in a long time, also, and so I felt yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we ate at this place where like
I
literally.
am not doing well with Fumi right now. I'm like literally sweating. My pits are very.
I'm
sweaty.
fucking with you, please.
No,
There
so,
was a place where there was like crayfish, and you're like you have to like rip the head off.
yeah,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
in
yeah.
a soup, and like I like ate. I was like nervous to, you know, it's just like white people would think that was gross, you know.
Sure.
Yeah,
It
you have
was
to like
a
dehusk
communal-
the shrimp.
and
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
rip out the brains. You're like, oop, it's dripping. And so then like I took it out, and then I reached over Woody's plate to put it into the garbage bowl.
Yeah.
There's like a
Like a
metal
seafood.
tin
You
of,
gotta have-
of
yeah,
trash.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Trash.
Yeah.
I love it when trash is on the table. So like I put it in, and I miss, and it goes onto Woody's plate.
Okay.
Like the fish head that's oozing brains.
Yeah.
Is like
Yeah.
just on Woody's plate now, and I had put that in my mouth.
Okay.
So like it fell, and then like Woody, without even thinking, just like picked it up with his chopsticks and put it into the garbage can for me.
Oh.
And that was like, just,
wow.
I felt so. I felt
It's
so
it's like family style. It's like when you
No
have
one
like a big
shames
Asian
you.
family
I
meal.
get it. You know, it's like Steph Curry missing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And
Oh
then
my God.
Whoever Kyrie, whatever, is there for the rebound.
then they
get the
slack.
That was the Asian alley whoop.
Yeah,
Actually,
alley-oop. It was a total alley-oop assist. Woody did the assist for me.
It was unconscious. I didn't even. It's
I
just like
know.
literally, if my sister had done that, I was like, bup. You know
Right,
what I mean?
And like I pointed it out, and I was like, wow, because food shame is a whole thing. So why did I start talking about this? Oh, like the white parties versus the Asian bar. Oh yeah, so there's none of that. Like I feel like all the references are the same. Like we can talk about like how moms all use like yogurt containers as Tupperware.
to
you
me,
know,
it's
like
just it's simply it's not even topical. It's just like I have nothing to prove. Is
Yeah.
I think what is going through my mind.
Yeah.
And if you're not impressed with me, I do not care.
Yeah.
Right.
For some reason, I feel like I have to put on a performance when I'm around non-Asian people that I don't know.
This
if I
is
know
a-
you, it doesn't count.
This is a weird thing that I kind of always knew. Like even as a kid, when I would hang out like in Chinese school, I always like, oh, like I'm much more comfortable and like free in a way that I don't care about like if I'm like gonna come off as cool or not. I can goof around or be more. I feel like I'm more my authentic self. Like
Mhm.
obviously no vocabulary for this at like 10 years old, but like
Mhm.
it's something that I always understood that
Yeah.
like only recently I was like, oh, it's because da 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 da. Like now I
Mhm.
get it.
Yeah. I do think like I mean I hope more shows come out that are more all Asian writers because have you guys seen Michael Che's new show on
Yes.
HBO
Yeah.
and or Sam Jay's new show?
I haven't seen Sam
on
J's, but I saw
HBO.
Michael Che.
And those have I think Rosebud Baker might be the only white writer in the room, but it's like a
Oh.
predominantly black writers
Mhm.
room,
Yeah.
and same with Sam Jay. And
Yeah.
when you get a writers room that's like all people of
Color, yeah.
color or whatever it is, and you're trying to accomplish like this, you're trying to go deep and create some nuanced content. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
you can achieve some crazy shit. Like I was watching Sam Jay's thing, and she had a whole discussion about and as I was watching this, I was like, there's just no way anyone else could write something like
Yeah.
this.
Right.
And I'm not even I mean, these writers are all hilarious, but I'm not even saying they're like they should win, some sort of like prize or whatever. It's just that like this has never been done before, really.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So they're talking about like cultural appropriation, and Sam Jay was talking about cultural appropriation,
Uh-huh.
and what she finds offensive about cultural appropriation in general is that like white people will come up to her and be like, I wanted to get, it's cornrows, but like a Jamaican style thing.
Okay.
And I guess one of her white friends is like, I want to do it, but I don't want to like upset black people or whatever. And I guess Sam's point was like, what like regular ass white people think they have the power to upset me over a stupid ass fucking haircut over I don't even know you. Like, why would I care? You know? And I was just like, I thought that was interesting because I feel like in a lot of Asian America, this lady made a mahjong thing and now we're mad, or like this person put a chopstick in her hair and now we're mad. And like, I think as comedians, maybe the first couple times it was a little weird, but now I'm just like, who fucking? I know, you know what I mean? There's a part of me that's like, I don't 100% not give a shit, but I've never heard it laid out like that.
Yeah.
Like the way Sam said it, and I was like, oh, that's how I feel. It's like, what makes you think
that
I'm gonna get mad?
Yeah.
Well, part of it is that you get so outraged over so many things that you have to start sieving out the lesser outraged things. Because otherwise you're just gonna be at a boiling hot 10 all day long.
Yeah. Being at a 10 is unsustainable because I feel like I was like angry for very like angry about everything for a long time, and then I just like stopped. It was super unhealthy. You like can't sleep.
Yeah, even that mahjong thing. When I saw that, I was like, okay, like,
yeah,
fine. Like, I don't like it, but like, I'm not gonna like take to social media about it.
It might just be like you've already, when like I've cried all the tears that I can cry. Like I've like
for
expended offended energy like enough
honestly
time.
Trump kind of like depleted a lot of that.
Right. And so now it's like, there was another thing where there was some other like culture, like someone made a music video with this white girl group like
wasn't it about like some fashion
about, like,
brand
cheap
and
out, like the Chinese cheap out or something?
That's always some white girl or cheap out.
But the whole music video is like about Asian shit, and it like came out like just a few months ago, so it's not even like this is from 1987.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is like really recent, and then I watched it, and then my friend, my old manager DM'd it to me. I was like, I thought of you when I saw this. I'm so mad for you. And I watched it. I was like, I really don't. I was literally shitting. I was pooping on the toilet. I was like, I want to just have a moment to poop and like look at some fun Instagram ads.
And you got so mad that your butt sucked the poop right back inside.
Yeah, it just started coming out of my pores. No, I saw it and I was like, man, I know I would have been mad about this like 2 years ago, but I'm just like, and then the fact that he's like, I'm mad for you.
But I think that's what she's talking
thing.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what also like so weird to message people like, here's some terrible news about your people. Like,
I prefer it to like 2 years ago when it wasn't even an awareness. You know what I mean?
That's true.
I
prefer being oversensitive than not being aware of it at all.
Yes. I also agree. Like now everyone is sensitive, and of course I prefer that.
Like, I mean, literally like when the Atlanta spa shootings happened, like before I even knew what happened, I got like 3 texts from people being like, hey, that I hope you know, like I'm your friend. And like, I'm like, oh, okay, you're my friend too. Like what? Yeah, we're all friends. Friends are friends. Great. And then
friends are friends. I love you too.
What do you take on the shooting? Friends are friends.
Yeah, that's on my business card.
Yeah.
And so then literally like then I found out, I was like, oh shit. And then during that day, like I got a bunch of messages and I was like, oh, it's funny because I now realize which one of my like white friends like clock me as like the Asian person who would be not offended, but like who would be impacted by this and have feelings about it and want to reach out, which is like, yeah, okay, like it is emotional labor to like see it and be like, it's okay and respond and everything. But also like I do like getting people like reaching out to you as opposed to just like nothing at all.
Right.
And like, or expecting something maybe, and like not even getting it.
How many texts did you guys get? I only got like 3.
Dude, I didn't get that many. Everyone's
popular.
all the Asians.
That's a gauge of how popular they are.
Exactly. All the Asians were like, I'm getting so.
118, dude.
Okay, Woody definitely got 100 of them because Woody has a lot of friends. And
no. It's all because like all my comedy stuff from like UCB and everything is always like Asian.
Yeah.
So like
so's my fucking stand up. I have a fucking podcast called Asian Not Asian.
Woody's 1 hour special is just called Asian.
Asian.
Live. Asian live with Woody Fu. Woody in quotes Asian Fu. Middle name Asian.
I know how much this means to you in your act.
Yeah. Because it's said 4 times in the title. Yeah, no, tell how many fucking texts
I mean,
did you
if you're
get?
gonna press
like
on a
10.
fucking Chinese dragon outfit or whatever
You got
it is
10?
that you do,
You got 10 texts?
I got about 10 texts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What did you
10.
get?
Like 2, 3, but like from people I don't know that well.
Mhm.
And then like my boss was like, if you need to take a day, you can take a day.
Really? And did you?
Whoa.
But it
Take
was
a
like day 3 for me at my new job, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna work. I'm good.
That's-
my God.
That's pretty progressive to offer you a day off.
That is very nice.
Yeah, I mean, we had a whole episode about it, but it's
Oh, you
I don't
did?
know.
Okay.
I guess you're right. I mean, I guess something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one guy call me, and
Mhm.
but it's weird because they called me like the morning of, and I hadn't even processed it. So I'm like,
yeah.
I
Right,
haven't
the
even
process.
finished
You
the
don't even know
article,
how
like,
you feel about it. yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, how are you doing, man? I'm like,
Oh
you know?
my gosh.
Yeah.
so,
You know,
yeah.
actually, my I started working with a new manager. My manager called me, and they're like, you know, they did. I was so happy to hear the day of, like, we just want to check in and see like how you're doing. And I was
Mhm.
like, is this a business call? Like, what are what
Yeah.
are the action items? They're like, no, we
Yeah.
just like wanted to check in on your feelings. And I was like, what? And so I was like, oh, okay. And I sat down on my couch and I was like, I guess I should have feelings right now. I'm like, what are the feelings? I'm like, and I literally
Download
started.
feelings,
I
download
downloaded
feelings.
feelings, and I started to performatively be like, yeah, you know, this is really hard, and I couldn't believe the words that were
Wow.
coming out of my mouth, and I was like, wait, SJ, stop. You were like performing for them when
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to ask you to just, and it's like
But that's
I
what
just
they
wanna,
want, though.
It's
Is
almost
it?
like you're
I don't
taking
know.
care of them because
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if
yes.
this is what's happening with your manager, but I notice that sometimes this happens to me with like someone like outreaches like, oh, okay, now I have to performatively take care of you
Right.
so that you feel like you did a good job
did a good
reaching out to
job.
me.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's weird. So they were like, we're just here to like listen or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And like I had nothing to say. And then I was like, yeah, so, you know, this is, you know, not new or whatever. I've been mad about this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And then because they were giving me their time, like in a generous way, I felt like, oh, I better get the most out of my time
Mm.
with them. Like
Mhm.
it's like being with your therapist. You're like, oh, I'm paying on the clock
Mhm,
here. I better
mhm.
like say some things.
So you like snuck in some other business shit in there?
No, not even business, like contrived feelings.
Oh.
So I like got off the phone, and then I remember the next day I woke up and I was like, I called them back and I was like, Woody, I told
This
you
is so fucking weird.
I called them back. I was like, you know, you guys want to know my feelings and hear my feelings. How many fucking Asian women need to be murdered for my show to get greenlit at so-and-so network? I literally said that.
Wow.
And then it still didn't get greenlit.
No, I'm still waiting.
Oh, you're still waiting.
I'm still
This
waiting.
is the okay.
This is another thing.
They're still waiting for the kill
Wow.
count to go higher.
Bro.
But the thing is, I was just like, I wanted to be like that. I wanted to say some reckless shit.
Bro,
Oh
you
my
have
God.
to. I mean, that's how I mean,
But
it would be a lie to say that the Michael Che show and Z-Way and all that stuff,
Mhm.
it wasn't a little bit related to George Floyd, right?
Of course,
Yes,
of course.
In terms of
yeah,
white
of
people
course.
feeling a pressure to be like, we must greenlight
Right.
black people's
and
project.
you have to
Yeah.
take advantage of those moments.
Yeah.
It's not like calculating or anything. Like truly, like when there's a moment in like history or time that opens up like white Hollywood to like reach out to us, like we have
Right.
to fucking jump on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I.e., how many fucking Asian women need to die before I can
Wha-
get
what
my
do they
own
say?
show? They were
They're like,
like,
can you put you on hold? Just smooth jazz
Yeah,
playing.
You're actually still on hold right now on your phone.
I've been waiting 72 days. I'm like, they were just like, you know, we hear you. They said all the right things.
What if they're like 17?
Right now we're
So
only
yeah,
at
so like we
11.
asked our supercomputer and it came back with 17.
It's 17, so it's just gonna be like a few more few more months.
Oh God.
Good
No.
news, someone else was shot today.
Oh my
Oh my
Lord.
God, terrible,
This is
terrible. Redact
terrible.
that.
No,
Redact everything
don't
we
cut
just
it.
talked
Keep
about.
that. Keep that in.
it.
This is what we can talk
This
about,
is what we do.
right?
This is what we
I love
do.
it.
The All of Us research program wants to gather health information from 1 million or more people. They want people from all walks of life to take part. That means young and old people, men and women, and people from cities and rural areas. It means sick and healthy people, and it means people of different races, ethnicities, and sexual orientations. They will collect information such as your height, weight, health conditions, and medicines. Researchers may be able to use this information to better understand and improve health for all of us. Wow, that's a pretty intense thing to say. Some of you guys might be freaking out right now, like, what are they trying to do to me? Basically, all of us are trying to get to know, basically you guys, and a lot of you guys are Asian American, because a lot of Asian Americans don't participate in these studies, and it makes it difficult for scientists to research us, because Asian Americans have unique health concerns, right? And you know how that is. Mike has a very different body than I do. You guys know that. Mike we're the same height, but he's a little thicker than me, and his armpits smell like shit. And me, I have daddy issues. And so those are different health concerns. And that's what all of us is all about. The more people who join, the more information researchers will have and the more they will learn. Ask your friends and family to join to make a difference at joinallofus.org/Asian, not Asian. Raycons, Hotback summer is here, y'all. This summer, I'm definitely going to go traveling domestically, maybe internationally if they let us with those vaccine passports. Whether it's for work or play, a lot of us are going to be on the move again this summer. So my advice to you, take your Raycons with you. Whether you're listening to Asian Not Asian podcast, listening to Destiny's Child, the only two choices, a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears can make all the difference. You get crisp, powerful beats at half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycons look great and feel even better. They come in a range of cool colors and with customizable gel tips included for a comfortable in-ear fit. And Raycons are built to go wherever you go with a quick and seamless Bluetooth pairing and a compact charging case. I will have to say for realsies, when I use these headphones, I notice that the battery life is crazy. It's got 24-hour battery life and portability, and I take them to the park and I take them to the grocery store, which is where I mainly go because there's a pandemic happening right now. Listen up, Raycon's offering 15% off all their products for my listeners, and here's what you've got to do to get it. Go to buyraycon.com/Asian. There you'll get 15% off your entire Raycon order, and it's such a good deal. You'll want to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Asian. buyraycon.com/Asian. Let's keep it light. I'm gonna talk about this before we get into Naomi.
Okay.
No, but that was Matt. That's our vibe. Asian, you know that.
Vibe
Anos,
economy.
you know that's our vibe.
Vibe
What are,
economy.
what's
You know
the vibe?
it's raw.
Oh, heavy, dark.
No, it's just
offensive,
like we
racist.
try to go there.
I
and
wanna
then
go
we try to
there.
get some laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking yeah.
I want to talk about this before we go to the Naomi Osaka thing. Hotback summer is around the corner. I know last time we had udon.
Wait, what is hot back summer?
Hot
back
vax
summer
summer?
is what people are calling hot.
Oh
Like it's like
my
horny girl
gosh.
summer, hot girl
Yes,
summer.
got it.
Everybody's really horny now because they're vaxxed.
Fucking A.
People are gonna be fucking in the streets.
Okay.
And I just wanted to ask you because last time we talked and had udon, you said you had made a spreadsheet of 26 Asian guys that you fucked or something. Like you
Oh.
kept track.
Wow. Way to
Um,
air my dirty laundry that I would have
and I
just said
just-
openly on the podcast anyway. 26, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, first question was it Excel, Google Sheets?
It was Google Sheets. I don't have Excel.
Ready for sharing,
Right.
of
It's
course.
free.
This is a little background information, because we talked about this on our podcast, which is basically one of my friends was like, I have a list of every guy I ever slept with.
Which is
Be-
responsible.
Because yes, because
not.
no,
Yeah, it
because
is.
she was like, I never want there to be a time when I was like, did I sleep with this guy? Yes or no? I literally don't remember.
Right.
Oh wow.
And I was like, that's a good point. So I started doing that, and it's cool because when you have that sheet, you look at the list and you're like, oh, I see this period I was in this phase, and then because of that person, I went to this person.
You
et
run
cetera,
the
et cetera.
regression. You do the regression analysis in
it-
data.
Yeah, but you see the sequential narrative, and it's very overt. It's like, oh, this person is in reaction to this person because these two people sucked. Then I went to this person who's the opposite of them. Wow, you know, it's very clear. And so I told that to SJ, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to do that too. And then she made her list.
Yes, I made my list
Wow.
on Google Sheets.
Anyway, but it was like an Asian edition.
It was an Asian audition.
Edition.
Yeah, it
Edition.
was all Asian people, but I did have a few like non-white people.
Right, because you were going through this phase where you're like, I must fuck dick of color.
Yes, dick of
DOC.
color, but it was mostly DOC. Oh my god! It's also
Is
like,
it DITOC?
what's that?
Like,
Oh,
you know,
no,
just
like
BIPOC?
BIPOC.
It's like,
Detox of color. Yes. So I wanted to do it. It was all Asian guys. I don't know if I included the non-Asians, but yeah, I made basically. I just did a list, like a vertical list of names, and then on the x-axis, what did I put? Like kind of just details, like
Okay.
dick,
Some attributes. Yeah.
like dick good, like not
Dick
side.
good.
dick good.
It was like dick,
Dick
good,
good, dick
Y.
bad. Dick.
It was Y/N, like yes, no, and then
That makes it sound like if he had one or he didn't have one. You know?
Yeah. Butt stuff.
no, oh my god, guys, butt stuff. Why? Butt stuff is like no, I don't like that. Well, whatever.
You don't have to.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I guess what did I learn from it? I don't exactly.
So you were going through an Asian phase. That's the thing,
Yeah.
listeners. You know, for all the angry Asian men out there on Reddit who are like, "Oh, it's just the white guy." She tried. Okay,
I
she fucked
tried.
26
Yes.
Asian guys.
And then
so
you know
just
who-
give her a
Yes.
break.
And you know who gave me the pass? I told Woody it's been 26 guys, and you said, SJ, I know I speak for all straight Asian men that I think you've you've paid your.
You
paid
did
your
your
dues.
you paid your dues. You did your due
Yeah.
diligence.
I did the doing 26.
No one
Dalmatian
could accuse
Terriers.
you of not having done the work.
No. You've
Yeah.
done the work.
I did the
You
work.
did the research,
But
comprehensive
Can I be
research.
real for 1 second? Now that I reflect on my 2.5 years of that shit, it's like it's really sad because that means you are trying to approach romance and love and relationships from everyone's perspective but your own.
Mm.
Like you're so worried about like optics or whatever, or like what it means from a
Right,
societal
right.
perspective, and
Yeah.
like it's exhausting. It's unfair to you as the person. Like
Mhm.
I feel bad that I felt so strongly like for myself. I'm like, man, like I was dating real Asian trash, like mean people, men who like had 4 roommates and lived with 4 roommates in one bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just like kind of low quality people.
RAT, real Asian trash.
Yeah. Ditalk and RAT. And I was like, this is not good. And then I started dating my new guy, and like he happens to be white, like I really kind of approached it with like, what are the things and the qualities that I like about a partner?
Mhm.
And it was like, he's funny.
Mhm.
He's like, I think really attractive,
Mhm.
and also like is a creative person.
But
Like
you
that
had to
was
go
really
through
important.
the other stuff. You had to work through it to
Yeah,
get to here.
I just like I have some friends who are Asian American women who are kind of going through a similar like, I want to start only dating Asian guys or like whatever. And I feel like everyone should like go on that journey and stuff. But it's also like a little, it's a little bit doomed to fail.
Well, I think it depends what you like, because I think if you had if you and your long-term boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, the white guy, had broken up and you went straight to this white guy,
There
you
wouldn't
would
have
have
been
been carrying a
reflection.
lot of stuff with you,
Right.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and this relationship
Yeah.
might not still be happening. Like
Yeah.
you needed to work through the other stuff to be like, okay, actually now I'm here.
Yeah, I just feel like super hard on myself. I'm like, God, why are you
But-
so hard?
But
on
I like
yourself?
this concept of like dating for yourself. Like I was doing some dating. I did go on a date with an Asian girl who also said something similar. She was like, I'm trying to actually not date white guys right now or whatever. And we kind of talked about that. So I don't know. I think these Asian girls are out. I mean, I think I
They
guess
out
what I'm
there?
saying. They're out there, and you may not be the only person with an Excel sheet full of Asian guys they fucked.
Yeah, and I guess I just hope that people, not saying I'm like know everything, but I just like, I wish Asian women, like, even though there's a lot of self-reflection happening about like identity and like your self-hatred or whatever, it's like you also date who you like.
Yeah.
Like you
Mhm,
love who
mhm.
you love, like that kind of thing.
Right, right.
And so I feel like part of my journey was like being reactionary to people's judgments. And
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought you were gonna be like, when are you gonna stop messing around and date a white guy?
right.
Ladies, have I got the answer for you? A little secret, a little
Oh
unknown
my
secret
God.
I like to call white men.
White guys have had a really just a difficult time. We need to throw them a bone. Oh my god.
Oh, I love it. I love it. In 2021, a truly diversified portfolio needs more than the traditional mix of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. It needs private real estate, baby. Studies have shown that portfolios with an allocation to private real estate generally delivered a better risk adjustment return with more annual income and lower volatility over the past 2 decades, thanks to its track record of consistent performance through multiple market cycles. With FUNDRISE, this level of powerful diversification is now available to you. FUNDRISE provides access to diversified portfolios of private real estate to all investors with their industry-leading, easy-to-use platform. Whether you're looking to add stable cash flow via dividends or prefer long-term growth through application, FUNDRISE makes investing in private real estate as easy as investing in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. FUNDRISE's team of real estate professionals carefully vets and actively manages all of their real estate projects. And with their easy-to-use website, you can track your portfolio's performance and watch as properties across the country are acquired, improved, and operated via dynamic asset updates. Anos, if you listen to this podcast, you know Mike and I, all we want to do is get rich. All we want to do is get rich and invest, but we don't know anything about investment because I studied music and I forget what Mike studied at UC Berkeley. But this app takes care of it all. It's really easy to use, and the app kind of takes care of everything for you. I know investing can be like a big black box, but they just kind of take care of it for you. And it's a good time. See for yourself how 150,000 investors have built a better portfolio with private real estate. It takes just a few minutes to get started. Go to fundrise.com/Asian today. That's FUNDRISE.com/Asian. Fundrise.com/Asian. So yeah, if you're listening, and definitely go on that journey. I mean, I think to Woody's point, I think he's right. Like, I think you needed to go through this to even like this guy.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
also be gentle with yourself.
Mm.
What do you mean be gentle with yourself? Like, don't put a ethnic filter
okay, let's say there's an Asian guy who is he smells like dried shrimp,
Then-
right? And then there's a white
They out
guy who happens to be white but is like really
Doesn't
smart,
smell like-
funny, cute, and like great. Don't date the Asian shrimp guy
Out
Just
of-
because he's
just
Asian.
because he's Asian.
Or- okay, I'm sorry. Is
And
that
I
an
feel like
SJ
that's
thing
what
or is that a thing people are doing?
I don't know. That was my thing. That maybe that was just me. I don't know. I'm like fucking screaming and sweating
No,
right
it's
now.
true. No, I think it's true because sometimes when you're dating, you're like, okay, I'm like, because I had a phase in my list where I was like, this is like my Asian phase. I'm gonna like, and like, there's like a couple women in a row that were like all Asian in the same way, and you enter into it with that like in mind. So you already like kind of
Yeah.
dehumanize them, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you're
Oh.
dehumanizing
now I'm gonna
for
like
sure.
work through my Asian shit. That's like what this is
Right.
about.
Yeah.
And so these women, like, yes, they're Asian and they are like, actual people, but like you're working through it and you're already kind of reverse dehumanizing by discounting other parts of them.
That's true.
Because they're part of your narrative of like working through
Right.
your thing.
I also
Uh-huh.
realized from going out there that not every Asian person is like
Thinking
going
about
through
this stuff?
what we're going
Yes.
through. Like, but I think a lot of them are,
Yes.
but not to our extent.
Yes.
I think some people are just like, yeah, I'm just trying to be more conscious about it, and I think that's a healthy.
That's
thing.
great. I
Just
love
like,
that.
And I
Suits
don't
Cav.
think. I don't think this person is, as attempting this as angry as you are. I think they're just like, I'm just gonna keep it in mind. It's something that I'm gonna call myself out on.
That's the
if I-
second time this week you were called angry.
Yeah, well, fucking because I am, because I'm angry at myself. You know who I hate the most? Myself. Is that clear? Is that clear? I hate me. This is why I exist.
This is why I
I
exist.
exist is to only hate myself. It's truly
Right. Her
lose-lose.
stomach is filled with the sucked up poops from all the times she was angry.
This is our favorite segment. It is Das Race News.
Mm.
Hey. This story is ever changing, and it's already been like, I don't know, maybe a week since this has happened. So by the time this comes out, more things may have happened.
Mhm.
But as many of you guys know, the French Open is now, and Naomi Osaka said that she wasn't gonna do.
I love
the
Fumi
press
how you just like
conference.
casually snuck in like Japanese pronunciation.
Yeah, you just said Osaka, and I was like, oh my god,
Oh, did
wow,
I say
I am
that?
wet. From that Osaka. Is it Osaka?
Osaka.
Osaka.
Ooh.
Osaka.
Oof.
Oh, that's really good.
Osaka.
I feel a lot
Osaka.
of Korean pronunciations are very similar to Japanese pronunciation.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I think so.
colonization.
Really?
But I don't think the language existed before.
Sure, yeah,
Osaka.
colonization.
How do you say what? Because we say wasabi.
Yeah, but that's because we.
That's
That's
'cause
because
you
it
say
was a
wasabi.
Japanese It's a Japanese product. That's probably why.
Okay, that's a terrible example. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
you
was like,
can't-
what
Say a
is-
Japanese
what
word
is your
the way
point, SJ?
Japanese
I mean,
people say
I'm
it.
sure you don't have a word for ice cream because that's not an Asian product. We say ice cream.
Oh, we say bing ling in Chinese.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
We
Was
say
it
ice cream.
ice cream? Yeah. But I think we've
Chili?
done this before. But the way you say Korean, the way you say 30-minute free massage in Korean is the same in Japanese. Isn't that weird?
What a
Some
specific
It's really
example.
specific.
Wait, how do you say it?
In Japanese, it's 30분 무료 마사지. In Korean, I think it's like the exact same thing.
Samchipun is Korean. It's 30 minutes.
It's not one.
Why don't you say it?
Sanju is in Japanese. Ju is 10, so we say 3 minutes. It's 30.
Mm.
30분.
Mhm.
무료 is free, and then massage.
And then
Murio.
massage is just massage.
Murio, I don't think is Korean. Is it?
No, I've talked to some. I've ran this with some Korean friends.
Wait, hold on. Is this because Japan colonized Korea? So like Koreans are always massaging Japanese people because we're worse than you guys?
So they made sure that
So they made sure that
was-
phrase, like that dirty phrase, is Korean, and the Japanese are like, we don't even have a Japanese pronunciation for that.
They're like, this is going to be the most long-lasting impact of our imperialization. Is that you will create a new word for what you're doing to our feet right now.
30-minute free massage, and it's free
And it's
too.
free.
That's
Yeah.
offensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're not paying
That's
you.
offensive.
And we're not paying you.
Wow. Okay.
That's a funny sketch.
We won't even say it in Japanese.
But see,
Damn
that's
you.
a sketch that we could write in an all Asian writings room. Am
Yeah.
I right? Am I
And
right?
would
That's
it
a
be
real.
good,
That's a
though?
true Japanese power move. Truly, you truly domed the Koreans on that one.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. Anyways, so Naomi Osaka, back to
Right.
this. So she didn't want to do any press because it stresses her out. So she
Yeah.
got fined $15,000, and then the next day they like threatened her even more. And then she was like, "I'm out. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna do the French Open anymore."
Uh-huh.
And some people are upset. Some people are on Naomi's side. She posted this big thing on Instagram.
Mhm.
I don't want to read the whole thing, but basically she opens up about struggling with mental health and
Yes.
the press thing that she does before and after the match is really, hinders her performance, and she doesn't want to do that.
Mhm.
And so she was like, "I'm so sorry. I hope that this $15,000 can go to some sort of good cause."
Mhm.
And that's kind of where we're at right now. Just wanted everybody's first take on it. I mean, where are we at with this?
Obsessed. I'm obsessed with this. I read this real quick and I was so happy because like look at her. Like
Yeah.
she is putting herself and her mental health first. And like, okay, what happened, the backstory, the 2018, right? She won against Serena.
Yeah.
And,
she was
then
booed.
she was booed.
Wait, I forget why.
Because of Serena's fans were like booing her.
Booing
basically.
her.
Oh,
Like as she's like receiving the trophy. So then Naomi was like
crying.
so upset.
I remember that.
She like lowered her visor and cried, and then Serena came over and hugged her. And I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Did Serena get mad at her fans? Or no? She was like,
I
keep
don't know.
booing. But
I
I'm
don't
gonna-
know. I don't know, but like,
I do remember that actually.
what is this kind of weird bullying? And like, I just love it when a sensitive person is openly sensitive and like doubles down with their sensitivity. Like she's not going to
She's also
change
crazy
for other
young.
people.
She's
Like,
23.
She's 23 now.
She's 23.
Yeah.
So like in
I-
2018.
Also, like, it's crazy because if you watch any of her interviews, you realize she's like a pretty shy girl.
She's
which
shy.
She admits.
yeah.
And like, I've seen interviews with her and her boyfriend. He's like a famous rapper. His name is like Corday or something.
His name's Dumbfounded.
Oh God, dumbfounded.
And like, if you watch them, you realize that they're fucking kids because they just talk about like Naruto.
Yeah.
They're like our favorite animes. So you're like, you know, that's like a lot. Like mentally, that's where she's at. She likes playing Nintendo Switch
Right.
and watching Naruto with her fucking boyfriend.
But I
Yeah.
think it has to. It feeds into this larger thing of like disruption of like hoity-toity old guard white shit, right? Which is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the idea of the tennis press conference and like it's part of it. Like it's mandatorily part of the Open, and you have to do it. And it's the fucking worst because you just like did like maximum Olympic level physical feats of excellence
Yeah.
for like an hour, and you're fucking done. You have
Yeah.
0 in the tank. And then you get funneled into this shitty room with like 80 white people being like, so when you fucked up, was that bad? How
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
fucked up?
Yeah.
You know? And you're like, I don't fucking want to answer this,
Yeah.
especially if I lost. So like it's so stupid. And like, because everyone just in the past has always been like, well, this is part of it and you never question
Right.
it. But
you never
like,
question it.
because everything is being like disrupted and like kind of like held under scrutiny now under
Yeah.
like the
Mhm.
lens of like mental health or whatever. It's like, she's like, wait, I am in a position to be like, I
Right.
don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I don't get is like she's the queen of tennis, so fucking treat her like one. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
yeah.
why? And also, you know, you bring up the white institution thing. I felt that way when I was watching like the kneeling of what's his name, Colin Kaepernick,
Oh
right? He
yeah.
would kneel for the
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
It's just basically white business owners. By
Mhm.
business, I mean NFL.
Right.
Being like, why can't you follow my rule?
Right.
You know,
Right,
right.
right.
This has never been a problem ever before.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They just like they lose a little bit of control, and I feel like they get mad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Also, during like the whole Corona talk, I read something about how, at least in the medical profession, a lot of doctors are either taught or they assume that like black women can handle more pain. than
Yeah.
have you heard
Mm,
this?
yeah.
That's the biological racism.
Right.
This
And I
is-
was wondering if there's some of that at play here, where it's just like, just fucking do it, you know, go.
Yeah, like you're a
you know?
machine. My big thing about this was that she is disrupting the normative culture that strength is based on how like
Dominating.
dominating and outspoken and you know, like
You have to be an
being a
extroverted performer. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Being, you're strong and you're also an extroverts win. Like extroverts win. If you're gonna be famous, you have to be a certain personality
Mhm.
type. Like
Right.
you even see this on TV shows. Is like you meet a shy person, and by the end of the show, the goal was for them to come out of their box.
Right.
Right.
But
Like,
especially in tennis,
come
it
out of their
makes
shell.
no sense because like your job is to kick butt on the tennis court.
Exactly.
Not to be like wheeling and dealing with the fucking sports reporters
Right.
afterwards.
Right.
It's a little bit of a masculine culture, also.
Oh,
I think
1,000%.
Right? It's like the patriarchy, expecting like the way that I don't know, like that pressures of how people should be is based on like how men typically are.
It's basically like you have to justify your existence once you're done like putting 100% of your body into doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Explain yourself.
yeah,
What,
exactly.
what would you say to the people who are like, because I had a friend, I was talking about like my friend, I don't know if this is the way he feels right now about it, but his initial reaction was like, well, you're the highest paid athlete. Like
It's part
in
of your
history.
job.
Like, why don't you, it's your job. You have to do
No,
it.
it's not. This is no one respects talent. I feel like no one respects talent.
Mhm.
Like people don't also like understand, for example, actors. People don't understand the psychological toll that acting takes on actors. Like
Mhm.
they're just like, oh, go do all the press and like you were this superhero. Go ahead and do all that. But it's like, but you don't know how much work goes into performance.
Mhm.
Like people don't know the
Yeah.
like that
That's-
kind of stuff.
If you ever watch like James Gandolfini interviews on YouTube or whatever, like on screen as Tony Soprano, he's like amazing, and then like off screen, he's like a very like he never wants to
pretty
answer
shy.
questions. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, Edie Falco does all the work, and he like
Right.
walks away. Like he hates it. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to be interviewed. And
It's an
like,
emotional. Why would I spend emotional energy on this shit?
yeah.
She also like it was so nice about in her apologies. She's like, some of these journalists have been interviewing me since I was a kid.
Mhm.
So I'm so sorry to like. She did this in like a very
Aw.
polite
Right,
way.
right,
It wasn't
right.
like a fuck off. It was just
Yeah.
like it was very Japanese in that way. But like,
Oh.
but that's like I think she's coming out. She's like she's trying to raise. She's coming out as like a depressed person, as a woman of color, and also like a fucking Asian person because she's not
Mhm.
American. She's like Japanese, right? And like
Yeah.
that's nobody in Japan fucking does
It's-
that. Nobody.
It
you
makes,
know.
just like imagine if you were like a chef and you like cooked your ass off for like 5 hours for like the crazy lunch service, and then you get pulled into a press conference where they're like drilling you on every single fuck up that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I've already done all my work.
Mhm.
Like now I have to account for it to
Yeah.
people who have no understanding of what that is like physically.
Do you ever feel that way in comedy? Like I feel like one of my least favorite things in comedy is if I go see a show, or I don't really go see shows anymore, but like back when I would see like stand-up shows,
Mhm.
and then after the show, like my girlfriend at the time would shit on some of the comedians that I
Mhm.
personally know,
Uh-huh.
and even if they bombed, there was something about me that was just like, you don't know.
Exactly.
Right,
You
right,
don't
right. You-
fucking
yes.
know. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know how long they've been.
What
they
they're
don't-
going through and
you don't
what,
understand
what
like
it
this
takes
was a
to
weird
get-
crowd,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
something
Sure,
was
sure,
distracting,
sure.
or this woman was orderingly loud. Like you don't see these things. I see these things, and I'm not saying that. Obviously, you can't expect this kind of knowledge from consumers because
Yeah.
like people don't think about this when they're going to the movies or stand-up
Normals.
comedy show. The normies,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but also like it does upset me.
Yeah.
The lack of respect. I want to say.
Respect.
It's like,
Exactly.
You don't,
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
know, like even when Woody has an audition tonight, and he's probably gonna be wearing a K-pop outfit.
Yeah,
and
probably.
press-
No, they told me not to do that one.
150%.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
They asked you.
They told me not to
They're
do that
like,
one.
please.
They don't,
God,
that's not even a
don't do that.
conversation people have during. How that's hilarious. They must really not want to see that one because nobody emails people like, "Hey, don't do this bit."
They gave notes this year for characters.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
gosh.
amazing. Did you see Venus Williams' reply though?
No,
No.
what'd she say?
What'd she say?
They asked Venus Williams how what she thought about the Naomi Osaka thing,
Mhm.
and she goes, for me personally, how I deal with it is that I know every single
Oh, yeah,
person asking me this question can't play as well as I can and never will. So no matter what you say or what you write, you'll never light a candle to me, and that's how I deal with it. And that's so
Right.
fucking badass.
Yeah. It's
Wow. Holy
It's
shit.
like
bad.
I'm inherently better than you fucking insects.
Yeah. For a while, I wanted Naomi on this podcast, but I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even think she would enjoy that kind of thing.
Maybe
know?
you would have to create like a really safe, like fun environment for her. Like it couldn't be here. Maybe like you would have to like rent a room in Japan.
It couldn't be here. This place is a fucking
This
nightmare.
is a nightmare. There's too many angles. There's a lot of
What the
angles that I
hell?
feel like maybe an
Do I have to
introvert
like rent
would
like
be
a Sanrio store or something?
No, first of all, that's racist.
Yeah.
She looks like she's into it. I don't
Okay,
know.
she's
like,
into. Okay, she's
maybe,
into. So you
maybe,
would-
I don't know.
fine, Okay, rent a Sanrio
like a lot of cute
store.
pillows.
And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
A lot of
just
haichu on
no
the table.
sharp
A
edges.
lot of pink.
No,
Yeah,
like,
no sharp edges. Everything's
nothing
round.
phallic either. Everything is
Mhm.
made out of circles.
Yeah,
The whole room's
yeah,
a circle,
yeah.
and there's like circle pillows everywhere.
Yeah.
And then maybe she
I
like
dress up as
doesn't-
Naruto.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all conducted over FaceTime, so you're not actually in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
You're in
yeah,
two
yeah.
separate rooms, FaceTiming each other, but the rooms are next to each other.
Yes. Oh, I love
Um,
that. Damn. Well, Naomi, if you're listening, if your manager's listening, happy to do all kinds of cosplay for you.
Oh my
We'll all be
God.
there. You can
Mhm.
be
I'll be Hello Kitty.
you'll be
It's a
I
Henry-
would
it's
be
a
Pachaco.
Sanrio store, right?
You know Pachaco? He's the dog.
Pachaco.
Pachaco.
You mean the penguin?
No, Pachaco is the dog. It's white with black.
He's a
ears.
Sanrio character.
Yeah, Sanrio. You don't know him? P-O-C-H.
That's like
Pachaco.
second tier Sanrio. Nobody fucking knows that guy. People know Hello Kitty and the fucking penguin. And the
The fuck is the penguin?
penguin Sanrio, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Woody,
I know
right?
Hello Kitty.
Okay,
and
I'm
that's
sorry.
it.
Pachaco
I know Hello
is
Kitty and I
as
know
OG.
Manchichi.
This
Manchichi?
guy.
Oh, Batsmaru.
Yes.
That's Batsmaru. How do you say
Okay.
it in Japanese? Batsmaru.
Batsumaru.
Batsumaru.
Why is that funny?
Batsumaru.
It's just funny hearing someone
just
who's
quickly-
Japanese say something authentically
Wait,
Japanese.
go to Pachaco. Just fucking Google Pachaco. P-O-C-H.
And don't Google Pachinko.
Pachaco. Pachaco
different thing.
Sanrio. Sanrio. Okay, you're not even spelling it right. You don't know that dog? This
I-
dog is the cute. Do you see that
No,
little butt?
I
Look at
know
that
him.
butt.
I know
Oh,
him.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I know him, but this is like
That's as
some deep
OG
shit.
as Pikachu. That's as OG
No,
as Charmander.
it's not.
Yeah,
As
it is.
Charmander?
Uh-huh. Like Batsmaru was
You're
after
being ridiculous.
Pachaco.
You're being ridiculous right
Wait,
now.
hold on.
Charmander.
It seems to me as though Fumi and SJ are getting the same fight that Fumi got into with Brian Park on the previous episode.
Okay, this goes back to your self-hatred, Fumi. Ultimately, I don't know how, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm with Brian Park on this one.
Oh my gosh! So please listen to it. Let me know what you think, man. It gets pretty wild. We yell at each other. It's crazy.
Wait,
Wow.
but was it with like yelling with smiles or?
No, I yell at him.
Wow, 2 non-confrontational Asians yelled at each other?
Yeah, I got mad.
That's crazy, dude.
You don't want to see me when I'm mad, bro. It gets real.
Was it
ugly.
not funny?
It was entertaining.
It was
You know?
entertaining, but it wasn't
People like
LOL.
that shit though. People like drama. You know?
Japanese people get mad all the time. That's why there's that insane Japanese arcade game where you flip the table. Have you seen this?
No, that sounds
What?
hilarious.
That's my favorite thing. There's no buttons. It's literally just like a big table, and then on screen it's like someone's like serving you food, and you like get really mad, and you're like, whoa, and you flip the table over. It's a video game. Yes, it's one of the
my
best things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
This is a video game.
Yes.
That actually sounds like amazing.
It is amazing. Just
are
YouTube.
there like cups of tea on it that you can?
There's
spill?
different levels of it. For some reason, one of the levels you're on a baseball diamond. It makes no sense because it's Japanese. But literally YouTube like Japanese like table flipping game, and you will see it.
Holy
Oh
shit!
my gosh.
Holy
We're
shit!
full of like random Asian factoids.
This is one of my favorite hobbies is like keeping a catalog of insane Japanese things that make no sense.
Okay, what else is on there other than
One of my all-time favorite, obviously the category of Japanese game shows, right? You cannot beat that. But among that, one of my favorite challenges I've ever seen is they get all these guys, all these men wearing diapers and nothing else, and they're like, okay, you're gonna cram yourself into this industrial-sized washing machine. And then we're going to give you
Holy
a bowl of
shit.
piping hot ramen. And your job is to slurp the ramen while the washing machine is tumbling you around in a circle. And the question is, can you finish the ramen?
Oh
That's
my
one of the
God.
funniest things I've ever seen
best
in my
writers
life.
in the game.
Yes.
These people,
Yes.
best writers in the
Yes.
game.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's
Oh
the
my God.
writer's room for that?
I don't know.
Holy
I don't even think it's a
shit.
person. I don't. It's like
Yeah, it's probably just an algorithm of like random words, and then it's like.
I love it.
my favorite Japanese game show was. I think this is X-rated, but it's called the Hand Job Karaoke.
What?
And it's a guy doing karaoke while a woman gives him a hand job.
What?
And then I think this is
How is that legal?
It's X-rated. It's like almost porn, but it's
Well,
like
it
it's
is- that's
comedy.
Yeah, but also Japanese porn is all pixelated, right?
But they
So
blur
it's
it
like-
out. It's like I don't know. It's like disguised under comedy, and then so the girl jerks him off, and then if he comes before the song is over, he loses. But
Stop.
the camera is only on his face, so it's just a guy like making. It's so funny.
Okay, can we be as men? Would you guys?
How do you get here from Pochaco, by the way?
Would you, as men, would you be able to like enjoy the hand job, like
No,
while
that's the
singing?
point. That's the point.
No, but I feel like I would crush it. I would just be like, I'll just mentally shut off my dick because I'm gonna sing this song. Because the whole point of the game is to not come,
You
right?
can't shut off your dick. That's
Yeah,
not
but
a
if
thing.
the hand job feels real good.
Yeah.
Like if it's like all lotiony and oily.
Yeah, they're gonna use lotion. Yeah.
So you can't just be like, I'm gonna like disassociate from my dick right now.
No, it's supposed to make it. They're making it challenging. So she's hot,
Mhm.
wearing like a nurse outfit. It's the whole thing.
She's wearing a nurse outfit.
You know, it's the whole thing.
So you're saying, how do you guys think you would do on this show? On this,
If
on
the
this
hand
game?
job was good, I would come immediately.
Yeah. But it's just the camera angle is so funny because they don't even show the girl. They just show the face.
That's so funny because there's like porn channels dedicated to like women's faces as they orgasm.
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the appeal of that, but like to see like a dude being like like a Japanese
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
being red-faced Japanese salaryman, like like
Literally while singing like some pop song. It is amazing.
crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
just being
also-
like,
It's really amazing.
I love like watching men when they.
oh country road, oh take me home, oh
And you know when they lose, they play that like classic like Japanese game show music, and the commentators on the bottom left corner.
That's the best. That's your future job
Yeah.
for me because there's all Japanese like comedians, right? They're just
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
"Oh,
yeah. They go, oh, it's fucking crazy.
This is crazy.
We got into a lot today. Thank you guys so much for coming. This was
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Mm.
This is fun.
Where can our listeners find you?
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I deleted Facebook because I'm a fucking G.
Mm.
Well, no, not delete. I deactivated.
And I logged off of it.
Mhm.
Still have an active account. Check it
Okay,
occasionally.
By the way,
Incredible.
the first guest ever talking about Facebook in general.
Okay,
during the
how-
plug. So
How dare you?
you guys are in your 30s.
check us out on
I am
Facebook.
not in my 30s. I am a hot 21. Everyone in my writer's room thinks I'm like 22 years old, by
Let's
the
keep
way.
it that way.
Don't
and I
disagree
love
with
it.
Yeah, and you think all of them are 21 also.
I know
That's
that's,
the thing.
true.
It's-
Yeah.
Instagram at SJSon, my son. But I also deleted Instagram, the app, off of my phone. So
Okay.
I only go on the website.
Well, why don't you plug your goddamn podcast? Is that still a thing?
Oh
or
yes,
no?
our SJ9 hosts a podcast called SJ9 hosts a podcast called The Emotional Slut. It's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
I'm so sorry I led with my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
It's really reflective of your relationship.
I don't even.
This is how I find out is what's the most insulting part of all.
Okay. Well, okay. Fuck you. All right.
I'm on Instagram at WoodyFoo, and we are both on Instagram at SJ and Woody.
Yes.
That's right. And you could also find us on Instagram at Asian.AsianPod. I'm also on there at the Fumi Abe. That's THEFUMIABE. Find Mike on there at Nice Pants Bro.
But he didn't do shit this episode, so
He
don't
didn't
give
do
him a
shit this
follow.
episode,
Don't look
so
at-
maybe
don't
don't follow him
do
this
shit.
week.
Yeah.
Exciting news.
Unfollow him.
Hack City, our live comedy show, is coming back in real life. We're going to be doing a show at Union Hall on the 25th of June. You have to show proof of vaccination to get into the venue. So please have a picture of that, bring that with you, or if you're in New York, there's a thing called the Excelsior Pass, which is like an Apple Wallet thing. So you have to get that, but tickets are available online. You can go to the Union Hall website, or
so
I'll put a link in this episode description, or you can go to Asian.AsianPod.com and click on See Us Live, and you will get tickets there. Anos, we love you, SJ, Woody. So much fun. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yay!
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.